All right, we're back out in the shop, getting ready to do some complete remanufacturing of the space in here. We're going to pull the cab and the box off of the 66, get it ready for me to start working on boxing in the chassis, boxing in the frame. We're waiting on brake pads, or rotors and pads for the 64 Chevelle. As soon as they get here today, we'll start putting that back together. Tim's charging the battery on the 68 because we're going to pull it in and get it started on trying to do some tune-up on the motor. Got to check dwell and some of those pieces. So we're setting up some cameras. We'll take you along for what we're doing, and thanks for joining us. Alright, here we go. Cab's coming off. Hopefully we got everything disconnected and we don't break the windshield. That's the one thing we're trying to keep on this cab. Good. I love that it turned to look at you. All right, old red 66 is coming apart. This is the last time that these body parts are going to be on this truck. The next time that it gets a cab, it's going to get that green and white cab, which won't be green and white when we're done with it, but it's going to get that cab that's sitting over in the back of the 65 over there. You can see it. That cab's what's going to be going on this. I'm pretty sure the bed off of that truck and most of it's body work. There's a couple of fenders that are not really great shape that I'm gonna have to get off of there, but otherwise it's in really good, pretty good shape. So a little bit farther. That's good, bud. This is the trick. This dumb tractor does not lower down well at all. And Tim did a great job. Nicely done. Look at, just want you to see the face. He was a little stressed about getting that thing off of this truck properly. Okay, here we go. Frame's inside. We're pulling the motor, and we got some different things to fix on here. A little tweaking the frame. We've got a little bit of welding to do on the back end. I'm going to box in a tiny bit of the front to kind of finish that out, and then the fuel tank in the back. Those are the key things, and then we go to fuel and brake lines and all that fun stuff, so that we can get her driving. We're going to wait to paint the frame until we actually, during the winter, we're going to strip the whole truck down and start doing body work. And that's when the plan is to actually pull the frame out, paint it, and then decide how much we're actually going to box in. We don't know if we're going to box the whole thing or just do gussets in the middle of it and, you know, to strengthen it up. So still trying to figure all that out. But we're in process. We're going to pull the motor and get this frame ready to work on. So that's what we're doing. Okay, got the motor out. It's sitting right here. We'll get it rearranged here in just a moment, because one of the things we're going to do is run this frame outside, get our pressure washer, and see what we can do to clean this thing up and make it look a lot better before we stuff it into the hole where we're going to start doing all of our fabrication work and get the frame ready for final assembly. So that's our plan. All right, so we're outside. Tim has pressure washer going, and we are blasting the F-100 Crown Vic swap chassis. So this is the frame, the F-100, 1966 F-100. I think we're calling it Leo. And we are blasting off, trying to get all the oil and junk out of the old Crown Vic. So I've got a simple green, I'm blasting it with that, and Tim is hitting it with a pressure washer. So we'll hopefully get a bunch of this stuff knocked off of here. All right, so I'm going to take you in here and show you. We've got the brakes done on the Chevelle. We're going to take it out and just set the brakes, actually bead or bed the new rear discs, rotors and pads that we put on. We got the speedometer changed, the dash cluster changed. What else did we do on this? We did that. Oh, I fixed the exhaust leak. And we did the rear brake. So hopefully we've got this thing so it'll at least run and we can drive for the summer and enjoy it as a family. You can see there's lots of work that still needs to be done. You see back here the window's completely shot. The top is destroyed. The interior needs some work. Carpet. There's a bunch of things that we still got to do on this. But it's running. We're gonna jump in it, pull it out, and go set the brakes and see if we can't make this thing a driver.
All right, so we're going to change the rotors and the pads on these, and then put it back together and take it for a drive. Shouldn't be too difficult. Just take a couple minutes. I am working on this, and my dad's working on his truck. So yeah, getting a bunch done today. Did we put longer lug nuts in this?
We did, but we thought down the road we might put another half an inch in there someday, right?
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Because we put in half an inch longer, but I felt like we talked about how we felt like they were a little bit.
Yeah.
They were lacking just a touch. She's spinning good. That wheel's not on straight. Remember how we had to grind some of the back out of those?
Yeah, that's why.
Yep, I think we're gonna have to do that again. Cause that wheel's not anywhere near straight. Here, watch. I'll spin it for you and look.
Why is it not on straight?
Because that hub's not all the way down, or that. Remember, we had to grind. We had to take our grinder, and we had to cut a big section out of the back of that. I was hoping that wouldn't be the case, but
I put them on and they felt like they went on all the way.
well, what it might be then is that we just don't. We got to get it snugged all the way down. Maybe. Try them and just get them torqued down tight. Yeah, because you wouldn't think we'd need to do that, but put the rest of them on and snug them up, and let's see if they grab.
Just don't want to go too tight.
Well, yeah, because we don't want to strip out one of those studs. Those things aren't designed to have too much. Give her a spin. The wheel looks like it's...
The wheel or the tire?
Look, go look. You watch it. Yeah. I think we better take them off and do what we did to get, because remember we fought this thing until we got those ground down.
I'm just worried about that's why it wouldn't set.
Yeah, but we drove it. We drove it around a bunch without having done that, and so we may have damaged them on the first run because we didn't do that with them. Remember? All right, I gotta go switch out some batteries, and we are gonna manhandle this and get this figured. Crank it. we got the Chevelle out. We're running her down. We got the brakes bedded in, and everything feels like it's running great. We're stopping awesome. It's running good. No noise from the exhaust because we got the exhaust leak fixed.
Yeah.
Speedometer's off. It says we're doing 55 when we're actually doing 50, so we're off by 5 miles an hour. Probably a gear in the transmission. We'll have to look into that, see what we can find. But we got a speedometer. It's not making any noise.
Yep.
So that part's awesome. Amp gauge is working. That's awesome. We'll have the oil pressure gauge line here. Should be next week. And we've got the other temp sending unit that we can put in to get our temperature gauge working. And once we get the radio for Mom, put that thing in there, this thing's going to be, we're going to be styling again.
Yeah, then we'll have everything we wanted done this year for this car.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more we want done, but
the basic stuff, so it's running.
yeah.
So now we can drive it.
Yep.
So yeah, very excited. And I mean, the carpet is terrible. The
Yeah.
seats are terrible. We got duct tape holding the seat together right here. The top is horrible. It's coming apart. We're gonna have to address issues with that at some point. But hey, she's running. She's a V8. I don't know if you can hear it, but she makes almost no noise now that we fixed the exhaust leak. So someday we got to put real mufflers on this thing so that it actually sounds like a V8.
Yeah.
Exciting news though, we may have just picked up an older 350, carbureted 4-barrel 350, that we can actually swap into this thing and give it a few more horses and make it a little bit more drivable for Mom so that she can drive this for years to come. And hopefully it's got an automatic. I'd really like to put an automatic in this. I know it's a manual, but for your mom, I'd really love to have an automatic in here so she can just enjoy driving it, drive it to work whenever she wants, and doesn't even have to think about it. It'd just be really nice to be able to do that. She gets up pretty good, gets long. Driving nice. I still love to figure out why I don't feel like it handles like it should. Like it just feels still to me loose in the front. So maybe one of these days we'll do an upgraded. Well, your Papa actually says he's got the better steering box for this. He got 2 of them that are.
There might be power steering.
They might be, but they're supposed to be better ratio too, so that it's supposed to handle better. So we'll have to look into that and see if we can figure that out. Because that'd be really awesome to have the proper steering on this thing as well. So, all right, you guys had a great day today. We are wrapping up the video and just wanted to give you an update. We got the 66 project. We got all of the body off of that. You can see the motor sitting here hanging free. I've got the rear axle loose. We're actually going to finish up some welding here on the C-notch that we did. Work to getting that boxed in. Getting all that wrapped up, but we're as far as we're going to make it today. We also got the brakes redone on the Chevelle. We were having some issues with the back brakes. They weren't setting real well, and so we replaced the master cylinder and the proportioning valve to be a 4-wheel disc set. We believe that was the problem, and so we've got it ready to go. In fact, here in a couple of days, I'll be taking her out on the road and doing a little driving around in it. So really excited to have the Chevelle back on the road for the summer and looking forward to driving that thing around. So thanks for hanging with us, and be sure to like and subscribe and follow our videos. Hit that bell so you can get notifications when we get new videos out each week. Thanks for watching.